What is up, guys? Welcome to Boomer Base. Today we're here to talk about the latest Aardman film, Chicken Run: Dawn of the Nugget, the sequel to the 2000 Chicken Run movie. Let's get cracking.
But before we get to the real content, if you end up liking what you see and want to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified anytime I upload.
Some slight context. I very much enjoyed Chicken Run when it came out in the year 2000. It was a film I enjoyed and put on DVD many a time on car trips. And I've always been a fan and still am a big fan of Aardman. I can't say I've watched everything now as of recent years, but I've loved all their feature films that they have done so far. I don't think they've particularly done a bad feature film. All have their own merits. I think I am just a sucker for Wallace and Gromit like everyone is. Now, I never really expected a new Chicken Run film to come out. It was a bit like Incredibles 2. I think they left it a bit too long. So let's get into some positives first before the negatives. So great animation, great claymation, all looks amazing, as they always do with Aardman Productions. Can't fault that for anything. In the film, they use sort of just everyday small human objects to do things, and I think that's done and blended in the world perfectly. I like that there's some new characters along the way. They look cool. Molly, not so much. What's her name? It was like Fizzy something. I've literally forgot her name. It was like Fizz something. That's how well I remembered it. Fizz something. Frizzle. That was it. I know it was Fizz something, but Frizzle looked cool. I like that we got to see Dr. Fry. He was pretty cool, and then I can't remember exactly what he was called, but the weird like fast food chain person. And the world looked really cool. I liked the sort of base camp for Mrs. Tweedy and her sort of factory. That all looked really cool. The music was all right. Nothing too amazing. I don't think it had the same level as coolness as the original Chicken Run film. And I think the concept was kind of cool with the sort of Dawn of the Nugget. I like that as like a play on title with the chicken, if that makes sense. Time has passed, they're looking into fast food, and Nugget is a fast food thing for chickens, and getting a bit of the culinary stuff in with when chickens die unhappy, it doesn't taste nice. I kind of like those aspects added in. I really did like that Mrs. Tweedy came back. She was a great villain. Maybe not so great in this one. She fell to the same sort of things with this film, and that lies with part and parcel what I don't overly like with this film. So I'm just going to start talking about that, really. I didn't like that it pretty much felt like the same film. I mean, you've had 23 years to come up with a very unique, interesting idea. I think you could have done better. I think for younger audiences, this will be fine. They might not enjoy it, might not dislike it as much, or might not pick up on that it's this pretty similar, if not the same story almost. I felt Miss Tweedy didn't look as dark in this film. I really enjoyed her sort of dark villainess portrayal in Chicken Run 1, so I think they could have made that a lot darker. I wanted to see Mr. Tweedy again rather than just be lobbed off to the side for, well, not even a newer model, but a model with more money and power and things. I liked that some people retained their voice acting roles. Timothy Spall, Miranda Richardson, Imelda Staunton, to name a few of them, retained their characters in the film, but therein lies the biggest issue for me, that Rocky and Ginger did not retain the same voice actors and actresses, and that really bothered me. I mean, they didn't sound terrible. Zachary Levi didn't sound bad in his role as Rocky. Like, it worked, but that's an element that bothered me, and I don't like that because I'm used to hearing them how I heard them in Chicken Run, and that was an element that just bothered me. And then on to the part that I enjoyed the least. I absolutely despised Molly. I think that Ginger and Rocky could have done a much better job at parenting Molly and letting her know about the dangers of the outside world rather than just going with the same cliche of shielding your child from the world, telling them nothing. They get adventurous, they go off, they get into trouble. Mum and Dad have to go rescue them, find out that Molly can do some stuff, but also Molly realises that, the world is a scary place and blah, 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 happiness. and whatnot, and pretty much it's almost the same as the first film, whereas this time Rocky and Ginger go in and break out all these other chickens. So that's that, really. I liked that Nick and... oh, crap, what's the other rat's name? Fetcher, I think it is. Oh, am I going nuts now? Is it Fetcher? Chicken Run, Fetcher. Is it Fetcher? Yes. I liked that they kind of like loved Molly enough to sort of like just jump in to help this time, which was quite nice, rather than just being completely obsessed with eggs, which is understandable given their rats and things. But yeah, like, I mean, they had a similar-ish runtime, hour 41 for the new one and hour 24 for the original. So not too wildly crazy from it. I did enjoy Frizzle's voice actress. She was quite cool, and I liked seeing the sort of maroon, like reddy brown, burgundy sort of coloured chicken. That was nice to see another role with that. I was sad that Fowler's voice actor changed. Now, I have no idea if this is because Fowler's voice actor actually died, because from his picture he does look very old. So now I'm wondering, yes, he died. Well, that makes a lot of sense. And now I know Mel Gibson isn't dead, or at least I frickin' hope. I don't think that man's dead. And I don't think Julia Sawala is dead at all. No, she's still alive. I don't think, from what I've seen. Apparently she was too old to reprise her role. I don't think so. She could have just been like a maternal mother. I think it would have all been fine, in all honesty. I don't think Phil Daniels is dead now, thinking about it. No, he's still rocking around. So maybe it was only one person, or maybe a few that had passed away. So those things I can fully understand if a person's passed away so they can't reprise their role. But I think if you're bringing Chicken Run 2 back into the world and you're not retaining those same voice actors and things for the same production, I think you're sorely missing out on the magic of the first one. And they seem to miss out on a lot of the magic of the first one with this film. An element that, again, I didn't like was that a lot of the guards at the sort of chicken prison, they didn't speak. They felt like Shaun the Sheep humans, which I'm not always the biggest fan of. I prefer for them to just have speaking roles, even if minute, not just make weird sort of like, sort of like sounds and just do nothing else. Like, give some life to them, which is annoying. But watching Chicken Run, I watched Chicken Run and then Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget. I watched them back to back just to get the feel and the essence of it, and it sadly doesn't compare this newest one. I think it looks fine, and that's kind of about it. I think it's nice for a small nostalgia trip and whatnot, but overall I think they missed with this. Just in the story part, if I just couldn't hear anything, I think you've got a fine film. But that just speaks to the claymation and Aardman as a studio rather than the writing of the film. I think Aardman always knock it out of the park, but I mean, if you've not watched Chicken Run, go watch Chicken Run. It's amazing. And then I would just watch this one with caution. It seems to have sort of mixed-ish reviews, so I can't really be the judge of things. If you like this film, that's completely fine. If you didn't like this film, absolutely fine as well. I just think they could have done a bit of a better job, and it was a bit of a letdown for me after growing up with this film and suddenly getting a surprise sequel many years later, only for it to be kind of the same film again, which felt a bit rough, I'm afraid, but it is what it is. You can't always win, but I think they have certainly, pardon the pun, flown the coop with Chicken Run. I'd, to be honest, quite rather just see like a small mini-series of just sort of like day in the life, just getting to know the characters more, and maybe just say, you could go on to like just having them save other chickens now and just building this big chicken sanctuary. I don't know. You could look at other things, bits and bobs, but I just don't want to see any more Molly. Holy fuck. Her character is rather irritating, and I am really, really not a fan of Bella Ramsey as a voice actress. I can barely tolerate her in Hilda. I don't think she was good in The Last of Us. I think she was completely fine in the Game of Thrones, and good as a child actress being so young then, but now I think she's just irritating. But I'll leave it at that. watch it yourself. You decide. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a good time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and tune in to the next movie review. Take care now. Bye bye.
Hey, thank you for watching the video. Click the button to keep watching, or click the other video for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.